We have people over to clean up in the garden, so that's cool. So today's conversation is surrounded on insecurity. It's a conversation that I feel like I wish I would have had, perhaps with someone, or seen it, watched it somewhere. I didn't have the thought to search it up, and I'm pretty sure this is a conversation a lot of people have spoken about. I'm pretty sure, I know for a fact this is a widely held conversation all over the place. It's happening right now. It has happened when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure it has also happened for generations before, and it's going to happen for more generations to come. And that conversation is surrounding insecurities. Insecurities are a normal thing. It seems right now, as I understand things, having an insecurity is a normal thing. It's an expected thing. Like, you should have one. Like, you don't have an insecurity. Oh my God, what's your insecurities? Like, oh my God, what is your trauma? What is your negatively binding thing that you have identified yourself with? And we are so comfortable with that conversation. But I want you to look around you for a little bit whilst you are being insecure and scared to commit to certain things, because not only are we going to talk about insecurity itself, we're going to be talking about other factors, that choices and decisions, or personas and ways of being that we take on that are influenced by our insecurities, which then play into this bigger role that we are going to tie this whole entire conversation about. I don't want to get ahead of myself, so let's just start having this conversation right now. You are supposed to be insecure, but natural things that occur within your body, your stretch marks, the fact that your body is stretching and is growing, that is something that you are supposed to be insecure about. In fact, you are supposed to hide it, because someone in their own homes is taught that this is something you must hide, something to be shameful about, or later on in life that gets to be normalized. Not normalized as in it's accepted, it's welcome, it's neither celebrated or frowned upon, it just exists, right? Seeing stretch marks is something that is gross, that needs to be, covered up and hidden, when it literally is your natural body stretching. You are growing, you are going to stretch. It's this thing, it grows with you. It's always held tight. What do you think? All the best that you could do for it is to moisturize it and nourish it in a way that can, absorb whatever it is that you're putting. So learn about your body, and in the process that you are learning about your body, you are also going to like certain stages of your body. You are going to not like certain stages of your body, and that is okay, because your body is what it's growing. Pimple, physical discomfort, hairs, and your ways, whatever it is that is growing, scars and everything, your experiences in life will start to show. Your stresses, your food, the growing of your skin, the removing of dirt within, the self-cleaning of your body will start to happen. You then take extra care of the outside by making sure that it stays clean and it remains clean, by flossing, by brushing, by bathing, by doing those simple tasks and making yourself feel good. You wake up from that. You are coexisting with your body. It's carrying you and you are carrying it. And as a young person, you are still figuring that out. You're still trying to understand that. And that's okay. Don't look at someone who looks like they are your age doing something that you are feeling about yourself and think, oh my God, this is not supposed to exist within my body. You have to pick yourself up. And I'm not just talking about the physical thing, like mentally. Sometimes you find people, again, driven by a sense of insecurities, moving forward other than the physical and the things that are supposed to happen to your body. They are supposed to happen to your body. Your body is going to change, and that doesn't mean that the thing that happens to you is going to happen to someone else in the same thing, blah blah blah. No, you want to have your own experience at your own time, and you might have that experience when everyone else is not having that experience, And that means when your experience comes, you become the girl that oh man, where was she hiding? Oh, did she just need a moment? Okay, cool. But no, you've been walking on this journey, and everyone else had their own moment and had the journey. And you appreciate that. Look at your body as something that is developing. Everything, it grows and it develops. It changes. It becomes this. It becomes that. You yourself become that. Your emotions are constantly changing. And that's okay. That's okay. Your body is your body. Let it grow, let it change, let it develop. It's okay. Right? Like myself, I'm like, damn. ooh, I'm kind of grown. Like these clothes are outgrowing me. The way of being is outgrowing me. But then the choices I'm making, I can see them cementing myself. Like I am seeing the moments that I once thought like, oh, adults, they already have it figured out. And then when I get to this point, I'm realizing, wait, they don't have it figured out. What I was saying before was true. So instead of just wanting to echo the words that understand that this is a preparation for you to start realizing that the older you get does not mean it solves your problems. It just means the older you get is the older you get. It depends on you, on how you decide to do that. And each and every time you're alive, you have to be preparing yourself. The things that you were doing at 18, you found out that the good things that you were practicing for when you were 25 and so forth. And I realized, sadly enough, I realized that the people that I did not share the same childhood with, or maybe I have romanticized my childhood so much that I see no flaw in it, but there were some flaws and there were things that, pushed me a certain way, made me the way that I am. I cannot deny that it's there. But it also made me be able to reflect and not be so fast forward about things that are not for my age as of yet. Remember the time when you couldn't walk, but you could crawl? You had to prepare and you had to, move this and do that. This helped you in such and such a way. And then eventually you stood up and you started walking. Eventually you started talking. Eventually you started listening and speaking and moving about. But do not rush into things when they're not for you. And oh my God, maybe because I'm a sister and I can see my younger siblings just making choices that I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Like, why are they making this choice? Why are they doing this thing? But I'm watching, and I'm like, okay, I had my time, I had my moment, but I didn't do it this way. They're doing it this way. Like, why are they doing it this way? But it's okay, let's walk, let's go, where we're going. It's terrifying, which makes me why I feel like most of the people feel insecure when they realize that it's time to get older now. The age is like, the number is like, it's evidence right there. You can put it on paper, everyone can calculate it and say, you see, look how old you are. Then that's when it gets serious and you're like, oh my God, I have to hide. You didn't, I don't know if you didn't give it to yourself, because eventually we all realize some things about the world, about ourselves, but you didn't give yourself the time to grow up. Now you are in the situation where you are forced to grow up. And I remember making that choice and being like, yo, I want to be grown up, or I want to be scared, and I need to be a grown up, and I need to do things this way and this way. Getting older is very much can cause insecurity. And in the world where we have men who are so attracted to young girls, I do not dispute that, but I cannot say it's a fact either, but it's there. But anyways, it's disturbing. That's the point I'm trying to say. The fact that you can relate to it and someone else can relate to it means it's disturbing, and it happens way too often and makes you wonder, then how come our girls, us, ourselves, are not able to see that no, man, this was a problem. Getting older, you realize that there are more grown men who are looking further down into your age, right? And that makes you wonder exactly why our young girls are not able to detect that. And again, it's not for the young girls to detect that, but for the grown-ups to tell us that. And because we somehow, somewhere, through the internet, through whatever music we watch, it's always saying, rebel against your elder, rebel against the authority, stand against, shake your ass if you wanted to, whatever the girls say, we want to do that, and we're like, no, you guys don't know. That's what is this generation. The one that has skincare, the one that does everything, the one that is everything, and just suddenly, aren't you supposed to be 5 years old? But no, they're on TikTok being Gen X, Y, whatever that generation is. I am shocked. But how can they not know too much? They literally grew up on the internet, being comfortable speaking through the internet. Like 2020, the more we defy our parents, the more we are traveling towards that loophole of young girls, then finding predators to fall onto, because obviously there will be crucial people. I have this conversation with you to tell you that, to say the thing that I've observed is that having an insecurity sells. It's a marketing strategy. Making sure there's a group of people that have a shared insecurity Skincare. I wanted to touch on that as well when I was talking about age and playing onto the physical body and being ashamed of that whole entire thing. We have this whole entire process of skincare. I have myself gotten into it. I will not get any closer than I already am right now, because again, I share my own insecurity and I'm adapting to learn into it. But this having an insecurity and having a shared insecurity leads to a movement, a hashtag, a skincare sort of regimen that everyone is into. They're telling you buy this product, live the product, or how come you haven't gotten this product? Who do you think is who's benefiting from that? There's someone getting money, right? There's taxes being paid. There's money going to places that you never really touch into. So furthermore, feeding into capitalism. Not that capitalism is bad. Your insecurities sell. And they are a product, they're a thing, they're data people want to buy from you. Like, we want to hear from you how much you hate this part of your body, how much you wish this part of your body was a certain way. Because then you get to be sold diet plans, you get to be sold these ideas that don't really make any sense, but you are not thinking straight. You are thinking to release that worry, that problem. So you purchase, you subscribe, you convince everybody to get into you have these ideas and contradicting ways of being, like, no, this is this way, accept me for this way, that way, when in reality no one said they didn't accept you. You just came and said, oh my god, I'm this way, therefore you must love me. For who said they weren't loving you? What do you mean? What do you mean? When I was growing up, I was bullied, having this idea that, oh, people like that are bullied to get better, let's keep on bullying them. And during that time that they're being bullied, they're buying products, they're buying ways of being there, adapting to something. I need to put my hands away. They're adapting to something that feeds somebody, that makes shops and shops, that makes grocery stores continue to be grocery stores and shopping malls to be continuously packed with people. Your insecurity feeds. It pays. So if you want to sell your insecurity, make sure you're selling your insecurity in a way that is beneficial. I'm not going to tell you that there's a way to get rid of your insecurity, because that is an ever-changing thing. So it is up to you to decide whether are you accepting your body for what it is right now as it grows and changes. Oh fuck, I have to ask myself that same question, and I don't know if I'm ready to answer it. But honestly, are we ready to do that? Damn, you make people buy that? How do you make people buy that? That's fascinating. Like, at what point do you get to a group of people to say, look what I have, you want what I have, come get what you have. Don't follow every other trend that comes about. Don't follow every other direction that everyone points you at. Look at where you're standing, because where you're going, it pays. Someone is getting paid. Someone is getting paid. Make sure that person is you. Redirect it. Let it go through you first, and then you can share it with people. But for people to take it, don't allow it to happen. And that is the message. Wow. The video today, short and sweet, straight to the point. But please watch out and take care of yourself, and always make sure.
Unpopular makeup opinion you have? I hate the clean girl aesthetic. What?
My problem with clean girl makeup is at the end of the day, it looks really bad. A lot of the clean girl aesthetic also isn't even clean. Slick back hair, that's probably just greasy. Why are we starting to hate on other women and what they choose to do with their clothes and their makeup? I think it's really weird. Why can't people just stick to what they like? It's pretty insane how a lot of these people who can't think for themselves immediately jump on a hate train just because something is considered less popular now. Another reason why people go so hard for these micro trends and aesthetics is because a lot of them have a lot of product and lifestyle connected to it. It's not just clean girl aesthetic, it's also the juice cleanse, the Pilates, it comes with the Stanley Cup, it comes with all these things that is part of the hashtag mindset. And honestly, I think the reason why it's always changing is because people are not satisfied with whatever they're choosing to stick to. Because it's not necessarily the aesthetic that they're looking for, they're looking for a deeper fulfillment with finding a group to belong in and also trying to figure out their self-concept. But I don't think TikTok is the place to find it. Especially because TikTok keeps pressuring people to choose a box to fit into, and the entry ticket is to buy a bunch of useless stuff in order to get into that box. The whole thing just ain't it.